Welcome to the Empower El podcast. I'm your host, Vero, and I'm so excited to have you join me on this journey of empowerment and growth. This podcast is designed for ambitious, high-achieving women who are ready to break free from overwhelm and step into their power. Together, we'll explore practical strategies, share inspiring stories, and hear from experts who can help you navigate the challenges of balancing ambition and well-being. Whether you're looking to cultivate confidence, transform your mindset, enhance your leadership skills, or find harmony in your life, this is the place for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Empower El podcast. I'm so glad that you are here to learn about something that could shift the way that you lead and live. Today's conversation is all about how to turn stress into a catalyst for personal growth. Not something that breaks you down, but something that builds you up. So take a deep breath. And let's dive in. You know, when we talk about stress, we usually talk about it like it's the enemy. We say things like, I'm so stressed out, or I can't handle this anymore, or if I could just get rid of this stress, everything would be fine. But what if I told you that the goal is not to eliminate stress. It's actually to transform your relationship with it. Stress is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's simply information. It's your body and your mind trying to tell you that something matters and is really important to you, or that something is out of balance, or that you're growing beyond your current capacity. When we understand that, we can begin to use stress as fuel instead of letting it become overwhelm. So let me start with this truth. Growth and stress are connected. Every time you have stepped into something new, either a new role or a big goal or a new relationship or any period of uncertainty, there probably was some discomfort or some pressure. And yes, that is stress, but it's also expansion. I want to take you back to a time in my own life when I definitely did not see stress that way. So when I was in my first manager role at my corporate job, I was juggling so many responsibilities and deadlines and expectations. And from the outside, everything looked successful. But internally, I was running on empty. I would go to bed and wake up anxious. My mind was always racing with to-do lists. And I really felt like if I slowed down, even for a second, I would fall behind and everything would just fall apart. Now, that kind of stress did not feel like growth. It felt like survival. And the truth is that I was just reacting to my environment, and I was not living with intention. It wasn't until I hit the point of almost burning out that I realized that I wasn't just under stress. I was actually unconscious about how I responded to stress. And that moment shifted everything. Instead of asking, how do I make this stress go away? I started asking, what is this stress trying to show me? And that simple question opened the door to awareness. It showed me where I was out of alignment, where I was saying yes when I meant no, where I was holding myself to impossible standards, and where I wasn't giving myself permission to rest or to feel my feelings. And that's when I discovered something really powerful. Stress can either be a signal to collapse or a signal to evolve. The difference is how we perceive it. So let's start with the first key to transforming stress, and that is awareness. You cannot change what you don't understand. So take a moment to think about the kind of stress that shows up most often in your life. Is it emotional stress? Maybe from relationships or people pleasing or trying to manage others' expectations? Is it mental stress from overthinking, perfectionism, or self-doubt? Or is it physical stress from pushing your body, ignoring rest, or running on adrenaline? Once you can name your stress, you begin to reclaim your power. Here's a simple practice that I often recommend. When you notice stress rising, pause and ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, what am I feeling right now? Physically and emotionally. Number 2, what's actually triggering this reaction? And number 3, what might this stress be trying to teach me or show me? For example, if you feel overwhelmed before a big project, it might not just be about time. It could be about self-trust and whether you believe that you're capable of handling what's ahead. And once you see that, you can address the root of the stress and not just your reaction to it. So the next key is alignment. Stress often shows up when we're living out of alignment with our values. Maybe you value family, but your schedule leaves no space for connecting with them. Maybe you value health, but you constantly skip meals or sleep. And maybe you value purpose, but you're doing work that drains you instead of fulfilling you. In those moments, stress is not the villain. It's actually the messenger. It's saying, hey, something here isn't matching what you truly want. And when we ignore that message, the stress just keeps building up. But when we listen, we can make an adjustment. So ask yourself, where in my life is stress showing me that I'm not honoring what matters most? Sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is not push harder. It's actually to pause and realign. That is leadership. That is self-awareness. And most importantly, that is growth. So now let's talk about how you can actually use stress as a catalyst. Here's a truth that I want you to remember. Your body's stress response is designed to help you, not harm you. So when you're under pressure, your heart rate increases, your focus sharpens, your energy heightens. That's your body preparing you to rise to the occasion. But if you interpret that as danger instead of readiness, that same energy becomes anxiety. So step one is to reframe it. Instead of saying, I'm so stressed, try saying, I'm feeling activated, my body is getting ready for something important. That simple language shift changes your internal state. Step two is to channel it. Use that energy for clarity or creativity. Go for a walk, or journal, or move your body, or voice note your thoughts. Don't suppress the stress, but move it in a productive way. And step three is to restore balance. After a high stress moment, you need to complete the stress cycle, meaning that you need to let your body return to calm. Now, this could mean deep breathing, time in nature, a good laugh, connection with someone you love, or stillness. The point isn't to never get stressed, but it's to never stay stuck there. Growth happens when you learn to balance between periods of stress and periods of rest. So here is something powerful that I want you to sit with. Every time that you navigate stress consciously, you build resilience. Every time you listen to its message instead of fighting it, you strengthen your self-trust. And every time that you grow through it, you expand your capacity for what's next. And that's what personal growth really is. It's not about avoiding challenges, but it's about learning who you become through them. If you think about the moments that shaped you the most, they probably weren't the easy ones. They were the ones that stretched you, that humbled you, and that made you ask, who do I want to be in this moment? That's where real empowerment begins. I don't know about you, but I've definitely had some moments where stressful situations would happen at work, and I would take a step back and realize that a few years ago, this situation would have me in shambles, would have me in tears, and would cause me so much anxiety. And now I can stay calm and just move through it in a way that is productive with a clear and sharp mind. So before we close, I want to leave you with a few simple tools to start integrating into your life. 1, name your stress. Label what you're feeling. That alone brings you back to the present moment. 2, find the message. Ask, what is this trying to show me? Maybe it's about boundaries or priorities or beliefs. 3, move it. Use breath work and exercise and journaling or connecting to release what your body is holding. 4, reframe it. shift from I'm overwhelmed to I'm expanding my capacity. And number 5, rest and recalibrate. Growth requires recovery. You don't build strength without rest, emotionally or physically. So remember, stress doesn't have to be your enemy. It can actually be your greatest teacher if you let it. So if you have loved this episode, please share it and tag me on Instagram at empower_L. I would love to hear what stress you're currently living and what message you can take from it. So I want to remind you to keep choosing yourself, your vision, and your values. That is real power. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the Empower L podcast. I hope today's episode inspired you and gave you practical insights to help you navigate your journey as an ambitious, high-achieving woman. Remember, every step you take towards building your confidence and embracing your full potential is a step closer to creating the life you truly desire. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support helps us reach more women who are ready to step into their power and live their best lives. Don't forget to join our community on social media for more resources, tips, and inspiration. Until next time, lead with power and live with wellness. You are unstoppable.